Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. Today we're going to talk about a manga series that had its most recent chapter pulled from Western publication, and as you can see as we go through all the content planned for this video, something's not really adding up here. The series we're talking about for today is called Ayakashi Triangle. To give those who are unfamiliar a quick synopsis, Japan is brimming with mysterious monsters called Ayakashi. However, an exorcist ninja named Matsuri spends his day fighting Ayakashi to protect his childhood friend Suzu. But when he defeats a particular Ayakashi, a curse is placed on him, turning him into a woman, and now he has to spend his days with Suzu trying to turn back. And yes, this series is filled with all kinds of ecchi romantic adventures, as you might guess. To give you an even better sense of what we're dealing with, this series is produced by the same people behind To Love Ru, so ecchi rom-com vibes here. So why are we talking about Ayakashi Triangle today? Well, that's because Shueisha's Manga Plus service and Viz Media's Shonen Jump website both revealed that they're not producing the 74th chapter of this manga series, which is pretty ironic for a whole host of reasons that we'll get into very shortly. But as you can see, the 74th chapter that was expected to release on December 26th is missing from both websites, and several sources have tried to reach out to these services to get a reason as to why this chapter was pulled, but no answer was provided. But I wouldn't say you're crazy to assume that this had something to do with censorship, given these two companies' histories and the adult themes included in that chapter, which, from what I've seen, are nothing worse than what's already been included in the series anyways. But let's start with Viz Media, which ironically, if you go to their site and look up their page for Ayakashi Triangle, the first thing you are greeted with is this message: never miss a new chapter. And as you've already seen, that's not true since they pulled the latest chapter. And looking at their latest chapters, most of them are labeled 18+, which is hardly surprising if you've seen the series. Lewder illustrations and sexual themes are pretty much a constant throughout the previous 73 chapters. The only thing that was even remotely questionable in chapter 74 was one of the characters being groped. But come on, it's not like you can't find way worse from previous chapters, or even find violence or sexual themes throughout other series listed on those websites. And Viz Media already has a pretty bad reputation when it comes to censorship, and from looking at chapter 74 myself and hearing the opinions of avid readers of the series, this chapter was extremely important for the story's progression. And let's not forget the fact that people are paying a subscription service to access these chapters. There is a very reasonable expectation that they wouldn't be missing out on key chapters without even a reason given for its removal. And it goes without saying, it's the same for Manga Plus. I just spent more time talking about Viz because they've been up to a lot of this kind of behavior recently. And as you might have guessed, the Japanese release of this chapter has been untouched and released as expected. But going forward for this series, both services have stated that in approximately a week, they will be releasing the 75th chapter, just casually skipping over the key plot lines missed from the previous chapter they removed. But yes, another disappointing story about censorship, and it's pretty much like these companies want you to pirate content. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you at this point. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.